Hello, it's Marina from the Butterfly Effect, and we are back in the room. I laid out this Aries reading, I don't even know how many days ago, maybe 3, 4, 5, I don't know. And anyway, I photographed it and put it back up. It might be something that's already happened, probably not, the fact it's not gone out, but we'll see. It's obviously a very general reading. It is really till the end of July. Aries have been getting some off the charts, ridiculous, crazy reads of late, and this is just an extension, really. Now, I mean, it can be a relationship reading if that's how you want to look at it. I'm really not seeing it like that, but that might be in the mix. But in the main here, I'm seeing some sort of scandal. This is a King of Swords in reverse with the Magician and the Three of Swords. This chap is basically a swindler, he's a con man, he's a scam artist. He's come through with the archetypes of the liberator in reverse. So this is someone who is tyrannical, who claims to be a liberator, but is quite the opposite. He ignores legitimate constraints. He is a lawbreaker, and he's also a trickster with the Magician. So he's a manipulator. He's duplicitous. He's a liar. And ultimately, I think this guy is going down. Now, I did get at the base of the deck the Tower and the Bridges. And the Tower, I mean, this is like, it's like a big burn, you know. It's not like a little deal. This is a big deal that's gone very badly wrong here because someone has taken a risk that has not paid off. The government is often related to the Tower card. But it can just be big business of any sort, or any sort of business. But there is a contract here, and someone is about to speak about it, and ultimately it all comes crashing down. So we've got the Sun card here with the Lom. The Lom is one of my partnership cards. So this is like an old partnership. This is usually a couple that have been together forever and, you know, been through the wars, and she's utterly exhausted from him. So if it is a relationship reading for you, Aries, this might suggest your relationship. She is the giver, but she overgives to the point that her wings are, you know, completely frayed, and she's sat in her little stone man here. He's a complete doofus, and he just keeps messing up, and she sticks with him through thick and thin. But there is some information coming through here about either your relationship or a contract, or a business contract, or a business. There's something that feels contractual here, and someone wants to have a conversation about it. And this conversation is going to bring a lot of clarity to the situation. But ultimately, it brings an ending to this courtship, to this relationship, to this contract. Now, I did clarify that with the gift. And I'll be honest, I kind of feel that that might have been some sort of bribe in the mix here. But it can also be read that if this is someone you have been connected to or are, and your relationship ended, that in itself would have been a gift, because you're no longer going to be in the middle of the fallout, really. You know, you've been removed from this situation. And that is ultimately a gift. So I was trying to do, what is the gift about? I've got a new mini deck here. The Fool and the Devil. There's been, someone has taken a tempting offer here. And again, it could have been a bribe. It was on the way to their 10 of Pentacles. It was almost too good to be true. It was a very big deal. But they had the devil on their shoulder while they were doing it. So it may just have been a straight up temptation that they haven't thought through. They've made a foolish mistake that has gone horribly awry, or indeed it will. Or it is their own materialistic obsession that has got them into this mess. This is someone who wanted to make it big. Now, I'll be honest, when I come on to, let's have a look at my Fairy of the Green card, was the card that came through for it. And this is entitled The Natural World Needs You. I'm really not reading it like that. I mean, it can be for some of you, and it is suggesting that, you know, you move to, like, you know, solar power instead of, you know, electricity and that sort of thing. I'm actually getting that this is kind of like the source of where this bad deal has, you know, originated. And the first thing that came to my mind was actually in the UK. This, obviously, most of my subscribers are actually in America, so this probably won't matter to you. But there was the Garden Bridge, Boris Johnson's vanity project, and that is instantly what popped into my head, because he basically squandered millions, tens of millions of pounds on this ridiculous project. And this is what I was seeing here. I was actually, you know, all the greenery and the trees and the flowers, and it was just so incredibly preposterous. So I don't know if that's something that might come up again, but it is something like that. But this deal, this contract is related here, and it could be something like, I mean, it is a scam. It is a straight up scam. This is a con man here. I mean, it could be stock market related with the dice, but it is just any sort of gamble. So it's probably something I'm invested in that's about to hit the skids yet again. But the Fairy of the Green World, so we're looking at companies involved in food supply, environmentalism, agriculture, forestry, solar power agreements, that sort of thing, yeah? And that's what this contract is about, that someone is speaking up about. And that's going to absolutely blow the doors off for this King of Swords in reverse. The King of Swords in reverse is someone who's obviously not truthful. He can be very cruel. But the fact that he's in reverse with the Magician would say that he's not really thought everything through. There's almost been like a fly in the ointment. There's been something that he's not considered, because it's the Page of Cups here in reverse. Now, this can just be like a whistleblower. You know, someone who's, you know, part of the deal and he's got wind of it. But I actually sort of felt that this was, obviously is unreliable. So there's someone in the mix who's been unreliable because they're over emotional, or they are feeling guilty about something. And this, I know it seems small, but it's almost like this is the part that the King of Swords maybe hasn't factored in. And this is the bit that's going to get him caught. So this is like the Tower in your, you know, tarot. But it's a really unexpected event. This is just something you do not see coming. This is a complete breakdown of structures. It's the beginning of a real, a period of confusion. But it's been utterly blindsided by this deal, by whatever's gone down here. So someone is like, you know, with the devil, taking a sip from the devil's cup here because they thought it was a good deal. Now, whether that was, you know, in the back of their mind with the devil here, they sort of thought, might be too good to be true, and they do it anyway, and it's not being malicious. For someone that's involved in this, that could be the case. But the King of Swords would appear to be coming through as the trickster and the lawbreaker with the Three of Swords. So I've asked what's coming in for the King of Swords, and I've got the pathway. So this is normally like, you know, the road that you're on. So I've asked where the pathway leads, and is imprisonment with the Ten of Pentacles. And it doesn't actually need to mean actual imprisonment, although I've got to admit I'm getting that strongly. With the Ten of Pentacles in reverse, obviously it is usually stolen money. It's some sort of, it can be embezzlement. It's stealing people's pensions. It's like a treasury breach, a government scandal. It's like another Enron, that sort of thing. It does feel big, I have to say. And it is really bad news with the Page of Wands in reverse here for someone with the Two of Pentacles in reverse. This is like, you know, someone dropping all the balls here. This has been completely overwhelmed. Things have not gone to plan here. And somebody's going to get busted, basically. So Aries, a little mini read. Let's just take advice. I don't know who the advice is for. Certainly not having advice for the King of Swords in reverse. So let's just say, if you know this story, if this is your story and you understand what's going on here, let me just take your advice and see what comes out. Advice for Aries for this reading. Great teacher. Advice for Aries for this reading, please, Spirit. Advice for Aries. The Wise One. Grow within your current situation. The Wise One is the crone. She is all knowing. And this is just about It's not just about lessons being learned, it's about an inner knowing. So whoever this advice is for is someone who almost, you'll have an inkling that something like this is kind of going down, and it's just telling you to trust that. I'll take a little bit more. It's not hugely helpful, is it? Let's take some advice for the Aries that I'm reading for, or the person I'm connected with. Aries for the rest of July. Advice. I need to get a map for this so my shuffling's not so loud. Yeah, Ten of Pentacles in reverse is also bankruptcy, if I didn't say that. I mean, if he's not actually going to prison, he, she, they, it is bankruptcy. Advice for the Aries, the wise one. That's the devil on the shoulder. So I sort of feel that I'm like, yeah, it's created this. I sort of actually feel like the advice is for the King of Swords here. So this is just about learning lessons, improving your perception, and maybe not being quite so gullible. Someone might have just been gullible here with this combination. They've been insecure. There's something they've wanted to achieve that they have known on some level with the devil here. Look at the devil here. He's actually like setting fire to this guy's tail. He's, you know, it's pure temptation. And they've taken the bait. And now it's a case of learning one's lessons. Okay, Aries, that is your read. Please like, subscribe. I didn't say about the adverts again. I always forget. All my information is below if you are interested in a personal reading or Reiki. And I'll be back soon. Bye.